KUCR, University of California, here at NAMM 2024 at the Anaheim Convention Center. And we have Viktor Weiner here with U-He. Viktor, I've been hearing about this company for quite some time from people who are pretty knowledgeable, saying this is a very interesting, very good company. Could you tell us about it?
Yes. Yes, Viktor from U-He. Hello. I'm one of the sound designers here. So I might not have all the details about like technical stuff, but I can introduce you to our product line. So I think I would say most people will know us for our Diva synth. Let me show you the main user interface.
Software synthesizers.
Yes, that's correct. So we make software synthesizers mainly, and also a couple of effect plugins. Diva is our most well-known product, I think, next to Zebra 2, which is it's like a household name in the sort of media composer area. Diva was our sort of analog modeled sort of Frankenstein synth. We took various parts from famous analog synths, modules like several oscillator modules from like Jupiter's and Korg synths, various filters, and combined them into this sort of toolbox synth. And this concept proved to be very popular with people. So we have this is our most well-known product, I think, the Diva. Yeah, and we're here this year to sort of introduce people to what's coming up. That's a new, like we've had a Zebra 2 synth for like 15 years now, and people are asking us for, you know, when's the follow-up coming out, the Zebra 3, and we've been hard at work. So this year we'll be presenting the first small bit of Zebra 3, which is just an oscillator module but wrapped into its own standalone synth. I'll give you a quick look at the user interface. Hang on just a second. So it's this one, and what's new about this is that we have a new way of drawing waveforms with a very detailed and complex waveform editor. It's a spline based. It uses I've been told it uses SVG, the SVG format, which also like graphic editors use. So you can save these curves as sort of SVG files and draw them in like graphical editors or change them in graphic editors. Yeah, so we're here this week presenting the new ZebraLED. It's just an early beta, but we'll have it out in a couple of weeks, hopefully, for people to give feedback on. So the user interface might still change a lot, but yeah, it can already do a lot in this shape.
So you are doing, it's almost as if you're making modular type of synthesizers. It's not a major synthesizer. Is it a mono?
Like this part will release for free, and it's just a taster basically. Like give people a taste of what just a single oscillator module will be like, how it'll work, and how you draw the waveforms, just so people get used to it. How Zebra 3 will then work eventually, so everyone will then be able to play with it, create their own presets. It's a standalone synth, but it's basically just the oscillator for Zebra 3, plus envelopes and two effects.
What I've been told about your products is that they're characterful, and they capture the ghost in the machine of some of the vintage synthesizers.
Yes, that's we're very not just us, obviously. There's a whole range of like excellent plugin developers out there. We're really proud of our thoroughness, of the details we look at, the details we analyze, and we're basically also all musicians. That means when we look at a synth, or the way we design our final synth is like from our perspective, it's very musician based, very musician centered. In that, for example, when you twist and turn the knobs, you will rarely hear any sort of digital aliasing, any sort of stepping between the values, like which we try to maintain sort of the illusion of the
an analog character to the controls.
Yeah, the controls should be like as smooth as possible, not sort of reveal their digital nature too quickly.
Now I noticed that not here, but over here, you're using the Osmos keyboard.
That's right.
Which is a very, very expressive instrument.
Oh, absolutely,
so it's
yeah.
interesting that,
Yeah.
that it mates well with that and has the detail of expression that instrument, that control
Yes.
surface provides.
That takes a bit of work, obviously, to adjust presets to play well with an Osmos or with the MPE sort of protocol. It takes a bit of work, but yeah, we're very thrilled about the Osmos. Like, we got several in our office, and we're like adapting a few presets to work well with the Osmos.
Is it optimized for that?
I wouldn't say optimized. It's
It just
like the
works
synth,
very well.
like the synths themselves are all like pre-Osmos. They're all older. But what we can do is we know what the Osmos does, what it sends, and when we take a selection of presets, we adapt them to react smoothly to like volume changes and like small movements, so that these presets become very expressive and fit well with the Osmos or with any MPE controller, hopefully. Yeah. So. That's what we make. The Zebra synths, several other synths as well.
Notice you have quite a few synths on your website.
Yes, I think we have about 6, and we try and have them as like they should be very there should be as little overlap as possible between the synths. Like, we try not to have each of our synths do all the things that a synth can do, but to have each synth complement each other and have its own personality. The Repro 1 and Repro 5 are like Pro 1 and Prophet 5 emulations.
Oh, they are. Okay,
Yeah.
I got it. Interesting.
I'll expand the user interface.
Are these like guitar pedals?
Yeah, they're sort of guitar. The idea is to have the synth go through like guitar pedal-like effects. Sorry, I'll turn this one on. This is a tape machine emulation. So we can send the Repro 5 through a tape, and then through a bucket brigade delay, through either an EQ or a resonator, reverb, and then sort of.
I'd love to hear. I'll take the microphone. You can play some of this.
Yes. Hang on. Give me a second. I'll think I'm still. Right. This is. Oh, I think I'm still active on the other plugin. Hang on. So
it's not this. It's not this synthesizer.
Yeah. I'm not a Bitwig guy, so I'm not super familiar with how this is.
We can edit.
Yeah. That's good. Ah, okay. Right, here we go. Like, let's have a few.
Let's just tell them what you're doing here. So this is the Prophet type synthesizer here.
Yeah, exactly. We have a Prophet 5 in our office. It's revision 3.3, so it's one of the later models.
Yeah.
It used to be in good shape, and we took that opportunity to make a very detailed model of it.
By the way, this is where we are here at the Anaheim Convention Center. It's just about where Dave Smith. I interviewed him many times over the years. So right about here, yeah. So that's the basic sound.
So there's we can go to an init, or we can see a few. We can go through a few presets.
Are you running through the pedals as well here? Right
Yeah.
now? Oh,
you can see how they are all.
I get it. I see.
But let's initialize, and so we have no pedals going, and then. A bit of resonance. It's a bit of detune, bit of extra detune. Sorry, too much resonance. Maybe. Yeah. Just to give you an idea of the basic sound, but it can do a whole lot more. Obviously, it can do everything the Prophet 5 could do, and then you can pan each of the 8 voices. We gave it 8 voices, but it's a bit nicer for playing pads and stuff. We have the same sort of voice stealing algorithm in there, but we can also change that to a more modern sort of voice stealing, voice reallocation model. You can pan each of the 8 voices. That's something the original didn't do. The original was a mono output synth. So this can go for all stereo. We have different versions of the old Pro 1 filters in here, as well as an overdriven version of the filter.
Nice.
There's a small mod matrix. Small because we didn't want to mess too much with the concept. Just expand it a little, but it should sounds should still be recognizably, Prophet. And then we have this row of extra sort of guitar pedal-like effects that I mentioned before, like a sort of tape emulation. Well, that's not a guitar pedal, obviously, but we made it into a guitar pedal. And there's what we added is a per voice distortion unit. That's why it's separate to those. Those sit on the output, the stereo output. This sits behind each of the 8 voices, so that when you play 8 voices through a distortion, it sounds different than playing just a single voice.
More complex.
Yeah, and this distortion sits behind each voice, on each voice card basically, which gives each of the notes an even and equal sort of kind of distortion per note. I think there have been bands that actually did this with an original Prophet. I think Can, the German sort of.
I'm acquainted with them.
Yeah, I can play a few more.
That actually sounds better than some Prophets it sounds like a Prophet, like a little better.
It's not a broken Prophet, It's
right.
Like, there's ways to sort of break it a bit. You can have sort of random. You can sort of randomize certain aspects. You can because it's a plugin. It's easier to add certain things like velocity sensitivity on the envelopes. The mod matrix helps a lot, and then there's lots of pedals as well. So the Prophet 5 is a fairly successful synth in our range, and I think we matched our hardware. Of course, I work here, but I'll say that. But I think we matched our hardware excellently well. Sorry for the spitting. And then we also have the Monophonic Pro 1 as a plugin. They both come in a single package. If you buy Repro, you get the Pro 1 emulation and the big polyphonic. Yeah. So this is a monophonic one, so it's suited for like bass or lead lines. It's got the Pro 1 sequencer included. And let's see if we can get a couple of.
Very nice.
Yes. Is there anything more you want?
I think, Viktor Weiner, you've done well in giving us a good introduction to U-He products. If someone wants more information about this company and the products you have, what should they do?
They should go to our website, which is u-he.com. And there's all our products, there's audio demos. We have a YouTube channel as well. I think it's just U-He or U-He plugins. I rarely go there, as you can tell. But we have videos and audio demos for lots of our stuff on our YouTube channel as well. Yeah.
Viktor Weiner of U-He. And again, you can go to the website, learn more about it. We're here at NAMM 2024, University of California, KUCR. Thank you very much.
Of course, you're welcome. Thank you.